Now, United Capital Group, Nigeria's leading investment banking firm listed on the Nigerian exchange, has launched its West Africa office, United Capital Asset Management West Africa Limited, in Abidjan, the Ivorian financial and economic capital. This milestone makes United Capital the first Nigerian investment management group licensed by the Financial Markets Authority of the West African Economic and Monetary Union, or the UEMOA, to operate across Benin Republic, Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Guinea-Bissau, Mali, Niger, Senegal, and Togo, with Abidjan as its regional hub. The group is set to deliver tailored world-class financial services across the region. Joining me in the studio now for a discussion to this is Ejikeme Okoli. He's the Director, Africa Operations United Capital PLC. Thanks for joining us. And let me say congratulations for that opening last week on the sidelines of the AFDB annual meetings. Sure. And I was really happy, enthused as a Nigerian to see a Nigeria's financial services company already listed on our own exchange, setting up an office, full brick and mortar on the ground last week. That was quite interesting. How did it go? How did you get there?
Yeah, so, I mean, first, it's great to be on the show. And it was great to see you live at the event as well. So thank you for your support. It was great to see familiar faces, as we do business.
It's our story. It's our story.
Yes, outside the country. So it means we are conquering new territories together, exporting the Nigerian story, and hopefully in the foreseeable future, there will be so many more milestones that we can report. How do we get there? Well, it's significant at this time because United Capital has always been Pan-African in its approach to business, especially in the nature of services we render, whether it's capital raising, connecting clients to where they can get access to capital flows. We've always had that Pan-African approach to business. Many might say, well, it's been transactional in the past, and this time we decided to say, hey, it's about deploying long-term capital in markets that we find viable, markets that fit in our approach to business that we think hold long-term potential. And Côte d'Ivoire is just one of many to come. It's situated in Côte d'Ivoire, yes, because it's the West African Economic and Monetary Union's economic nerve center, but it's really a license that allows us to do business in 8 West African countries like you reeled out, because it's a single currency, it's a single financial market, the BRVM, and also it's a financial securities market, which is debt securities as well. So now we'll be able to deepen its capital market solutions, leveraging the expertise we have gained here for over 6 decades, which we have also been deploying across Africa, but mostly for clients. But now we're more visible, and the local market can depend on us as world-class solutions providers. So we're happy to play in that market, and I must say the reception, not only was it grand, it was also welcoming. The Ivorians were hospitable right from the presidency, because we paid a courtesy visit earlier in the day, right up to the event itself, when we launched, and we had huge support from that market. So I think it's great times ahead and really significant at this time where we are beginning to foster regional integration so Africa becomes stronger, less susceptible to global shocks. Because we're seeing what's going on globally. So everyone is having to run back to where you have allies. Because at this time...
making new friends.
Exactly.
And solidifying the existing ones.
Exactly. And that's on the political side. And even as an institution, economies of scale will play a key role now in how businesses are able to scale up, the offerings they have for the markets that they serve. And we're happy to be forging ahead on that path.
Strategic market launchpad, that's what Côte d'Ivoire is as an entry point for you. So how does it align with your brother Pan-African Growth? It's an asset management company. You're floating mutual funds, any funds anytime soon?
Yeah, of course. We're interested to note before the end of this month, we'll probably be back here to tell you about the funds that we've launched. So yes, an asset management company
within the UEMOA region.
Within the UEMOA region, which is what the license allows us to do. So it will be local currency denominated investment management solutions. So portfolio management, investment advisory, mutual funds, and those are expertise we've gained here, which we are taking into that market,
region,
into that region. And because of the nature of our group, asset management is just one of the subsidiaries that we operate. So there's still capital raising, there's wealth management, there's trusteeship, there's equities brokerage, there's digital banking, there's consumer finance. So what the license we have is, of course, yes, is asset management. But the expertise we have will allow us provide expanded value propositions to clients in that market. Because it's about connecting people with financial services that they require. And now that we are licensed to do that, the market can expect something expanded from us beyond what is being offered there. Yeah.
Okay, so how do you envision United Capital's presence there in Côte d'Ivoire to the development and strengthening of the financial ecosystem of the UEMOA region?
Yeah, the great thing about this is we are the first Nigerian financial institution to obtain a capital market operator license in Côte d'Ivoire. Because most of those that have gone ahead of us were banks, and we've seen their success story. So for us, it's not entirely, a new area of play. We have, should I say, brothers and cousins who are already in there, and we've come to join the party, but to expose clients to a different segment of its financial system that also needs to be developed.
UBA as a
yes,
bank
exactly.
is already there in Côte d'Ivoire. Yes,
exactly. Yes. UBA is already there in Côte d'Ivoire. A few more Nigerian banks, also there. But for us, on the capital market side, we're the first Nigerian firm. So yes, we are pioneers, and at the same time, we are entering a market where there's some level of familiarity. Now, how we see this playing out is, one, we aim to deepen its financial services offerings on the capital market side. Okay. So that's more access to innovative products that are aimed at driving financial inclusion. But at the center of it all, first is financial education. Africa in general, financial inclusion is quite low. So that's why capital formative structures haven't been very strong, across Africa. So there's still that large dependence on foreign aid or foreign investments. But now we are beginning to say, let's take charge, of this narrative. Let's deploy our own resources into systems that can aggregate capital for long-term deployment. And that's exactly what we plan to do, in Côte d'Ivoire. By extension, provide access to clients, who will be able to access the BRVM, which is the regional stock exchange. And because of its very strong currency, it's a market that's also attracting a lot of foreign.
I was about to mention the CFA franc.
Yeah.
What the currency play for you there, which is, of course, pegged to the euro.
Yeah, it's pegged to the euro. So that also gives some level of succor. So it's like you're playing in a foreign currency market without going too far. So we are going to enjoy proximity. We are going to enjoy familiarity being an African market. And at the same time, we are playing in a currency that's really strong. It's stayed at 580 to 600 in the last 5 years. Last year, it was one of the better performing stock exchanges when you rebase its returns in dollar terms. So exchanges that, even though were strong in local currency, when due to currency volatility, that's almost all of that returns would have evaporated. But this is one of the few exchanges that retain that store of value. Yes. So we're going in there with that confidence that, hey, if we're able to develop what we've done, replicate what we've done in Nigeria, in those markets, then we believe it's excellent times ahead.
So what does that transition mean for local investors and the broader financial landscape across Francophone West Africa? How would they benefit from your presence?
So it's not just local investors in Francophone West Africa, but investors across the African continent, especially those we also serve here. So what it also means for our investors here is that we've expanded our value proposition, giving them access to more financial offerings, more innovative products. They're able to diversify risk. Because one of the biggest challenges a lot of African markets also face is, where do I put my foreign currency investments? And we have this mindset that foreign currency has to be either dollar or euro or pound. Not remembering that there's so many other currencies that are probably stronger.
Yeah, probably stronger.
Yeah.
Yes.
So correct. With this now, our clients will start having access to these kinds of opportunities. Now, for local investors in Côte d'Ivoire, it's connecting them to professionally managed portfolios, to provide decent returns, playing in the market in a way that innovative products are able to unlock value that's sustained in the long term. Of course, we'll do all we do there in line with, of course, the regulatory requirements, because we're a licensed business. Compliance and control and meeting regulatory requirements are the core of everything we do. Strong corporate governance standards, because we are there for the long run. So local investors there can look forward to innovative offerings beyond the traditional vanilla offerings that you see in the markets, but offerings that are targeted at specific objectives, even in the way we name products. You'll be hearing a lot of this
I just want to know, I'll be hearing, but I would want investors and partners to hear from you.
Okay.
What the payoff line is.
So the payoff line is we're exposing you to foreign currency investments if you're over here, and that will provide returns in the long term, good store of value. For clients over there, we're deepening the financial services market. We are a new player. I think there are about 21, 22 fund managers in that market. So, of course, yes, we are coming in. So, yes, we're seeing a lot of sizable play in that space. But a lot of them are bank affiliated. And we are coming in as well, not as newbies, but because we also have a muscle of so many other financial services business that we operate here in our local market. And we are taking that expertise, taking all of that risk management and control, taking our aspirations on creating social wealth in every local community that we operate. Okay. So we are there for the long run and there for good.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci.
Okay, I got you there. Merci beaucoup. It's good to have you, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you once again.
Ejikeme Okoli, the Director of Africa Operations at United Capital PLC, floating the flag of United Capital Asset Management in Côte.